In this video, I'm going to give you a full tutorial on how to use HeyReach. But also, as an agency owner in the past, I've been using HeyReach to book millions in revenue for my clients. So my goal here today really is to objectively show you all of the features that HeyReach has to offer and hopefully help you build a system that's going to consistently generate leads for you and your business. Now, HeyReach as a platform is very simple to use. Typically, it's used by two types of audience here. Agencies typically run LinkedIn outreach on behalf of the clients, whether it's them managing multiple LinkedIn accounts, multiple reports, dashboards that they need to handle. The second types of customers are sales teams or individual users, where HeyReach actually functions as a system to build automated campaigns and make the LinkedIn automation and outreach actually consistent so that we are not forgetting to follow up with leads and are doing a good job in actually consistently reaching out to new prospects every single day. What you're seeing is the main dashboard and the first thing that you will see when you come to HeyReach as a paying customer and once you have already some campaigns running. What you're going to do when you create a free trial, first step is going to be obviously to connect our LinkedIn accounts. I already have 3 LinkedIn accounts connected. So I have Boyan, Hassan, and Nicola a part of my plan already. Now what we're going to do here is if I want to add a new account, I'm going to simply go here, connect the account. This is going to be the first and main step. Before we do that, we cannot do anything else actually in HeyReach. We can't launch a campaign, we can't create lead lists. So this is going to be the first step that we need to take. You will have multiple options here, from the infinite login that includes also 2FA verification on LinkedIn and credentials login. If your client or you yourself have a 2FA enabled on LinkedIn, you will go with the first option. Otherwise, we can always go with the credentials login, where you will put your LinkedIn email address and your LinkedIn password. Now, as you can see here, we have this amazing feature here, which is an option to actually select what it is that's going to be visible within HeyReach when it comes to your LinkedIn account. You will have this privacy configuration to decide to track only conversations that are happening with leads from the campaigns within HeyReach. That will mean that anybody who is in the platform will have access to conversation with leads only and not your private stuff on LinkedIn. Other option is to track and import all of your LinkedIn conversations. In that case, you will be able to track your previous 30 days since the moment you signed up. All the conversations will be uploaded to HeyReach, and moving forward, all of the conversations are also going to get tracked. And once that's set up, you're simply going to connect your account. When you connect your LinkedIn account and you select this country, currently Spain, we assign a static residential proxy, which basically keeps your account safe and protected on LinkedIn. What will happen is that same way that currently I have my LinkedIn account connected on my browser, I have LinkedIn account on my phone, and I have now my LinkedIn account connected to HeyReach. Because I have selected Spain as a country, all of the outreach coming from HeyReach will actually be, by LinkedIn, be detected that it's coming from the same location where my phone is, where my LinkedIn account is. So there is no discrepancy between where the outreach is coming from and where you're logged in as a user. Let's imagine you're an agency owner that lives in the US. Your client maybe lives in France. So when your client connects their LinkedIn account, they might be in France, so they will just select France as a country. What will happen is that you from the US can actually manage somebody else's account that is in France, and the outreach will appear as if it's coming from France. Once the static residential proxy is applied, we're simply going to go back. The account is going to become available for the outreach, and it will show this little status here saying available. Now all of my accounts here currently are in campaigns, which this status gives me as information. And what will happen is that HeyReach will automatically apply sending limits. Sending limits are extra step for HeyReach to protect your LinkedIn account. So even though LinkedIn doesn't give you actual number, this is how many connection requests you can send per day, this is how many messages you can send per day, there is really a limit. And then if you exceed that limit, there is a chance that you will get a warning from LinkedIn. These limits will be automatically applied to send maximum 25 connection requests per day, 40 messages per day, and 40 emails per day. These limits you can always configure. So you will see here that you can actually play with these specific actions, maybe increase the connection request number, maybe decrease them if you want to play with it on the safer side. And you will be able to also select your sending time, specifically your time zone, and the days that you want to send your outreach on. If you can see here, I have 3 accounts connected. Nicola, Hassan, Boyan can see each other. So when they log into the platform, I can see all 3 are actually connected. For agencies, oftentimes you don't want your clients to know which other clients you have, right? So what you want to do is actually separate clients into different workspaces. So currently we're in the Rank Jedi workspace where 3 accounts are connected. Then I can easily create new workspaces for each of my clients. And then as an admin or an agency owner, you will have a master view. Master view will basically allow you to see reports for all of your clients across all of the workspaces, across all of the campaigns, etc. Easily pullable reports, so I can just go ahead, select one workspace, maybe even a specific account within that workspace, and get these reports. And the second thing is the unified inbox, where you will be able to centralize all of the replies across all of the clients that you have in one space and actually manage those replies. So I can see Nicola here, for example, is talking to Hannah Maria. I can message her right back, and it will be sent out from Nicola's profile. You can also select which workspace you want to go in. So for example, Rank Jedi, and I can go into those conversations. Now, this is obviously for agency owners. If we think about sales teams, companies, you might want to separate your sales team, marketing team, customer support team into 3 different workspaces so that they have their own place where they work. They don't see other people's campaigns. Now, going back to the main workspace where I'm actually running our outreach, what we're going to do here is I'm actually going to go into the leads part. Now we want to think about how we're adding leads into the campaigns in HeyReach. If you're using tools like Clay, RB2B, you can actually connect them natively with HeyReach, which will mean that all of those leads from Clay tables will directly be pushed into the campaigns and you're all set to go. Otherwise, if you have other sources of leads, such as Sales Navigator, LinkedIn Search, maybe your own CSV file, you can easily upload those CSV files into or your databases into HeyReach. The only thing that you will need to have in that CSV is the profile URL of the lead's LinkedIn account, first name and last name. In the case that you're running outreach on Sales Navigator, and that's where you're finding leads, which in a lot of cases companies are doing, what we're going to do here is we're actually going to go into Sales Navigator. We're going to build out our lead list. Even if you have saved searches, it can also work. I'm just going to run a random search of people who are following my company and have viewed my profile recently. So we have 107 people that are currently I want to maybe reach out to. So for me to get this list of people, I'm simply going to take this URL, copy it, and drop it here into Sales Navigator. The same thing can work with the LinkedIn search. So if you do the LinkedIn search, obviously it will be a bit limited when it comes to the filtering. However, you can do your best to actually filter it out as much as you can. Here in the search query, you simply drop the LinkedIn URL. Every scraping that HeyReach is going to do is going to function the same way. You have link on Sales Navigator or LinkedIn search, drop it into HeyReach, give your list a name, select your account, and you start importing. This is going to be a process where you're going to get a list of leads similar to this. So we have like this list of 2,000 something people. You can easily then export that list as a CSV file if you want to maybe clean it up a bit, maybe remove some of the specific people, maybe filter by the job titles, etc., or industries. And you will see here that a list of information that we're getting is quite a bit. So like we're getting the industry, company, job title, name, etc. If there are specific people you want to remove, you can also remove them directly from the column in HeyReach. Now, aside from the Sales Navigator import or LinkedIn search import, 2 of my favorite lead gen sources are actually LinkedIn posts and LinkedIn events. If your ICP is quite active on LinkedIn and is posting quite a bit, thought leadership type of content, what you will do is you will find that post on LinkedIn. It doesn't have to be yours. It can be any post whatsoever. You take the LinkedIn URL, paste it here, give your list a name, select your account, and then start importing. And the same thing goes for the events. If you have events that you're running as a company, easy way to get the list of attendees, scrape them, and then reach out to them. You will see here we have a bunch of campaigns running within HeyReach. I'm going to just go ahead and start a new campaign. I'm going to call it test. And what we're going to do here is we're going to pull that list of leads that we have previously uploaded. So I'm going to put this CSV file right here. You will see that you can automatically exclude any leads that have been previously reached out by any other team member through any other campaign or by you, but in another campaign. And if you have any exclude lists, such as people that told you do not contact me anymore as customers, partners, etc., all of these lead lists can be previously uploaded to the lead list segment on HeyReach, and then you will find them here so that these are the leads you will not be reaching out to anymore. Going to the next step, what we're going to do here is try to actually find a way to scale the outreach on LinkedIn and get more people to be reached out in a shorter period of time. So what we can do here is we can select one account to do the outreach through this one campaign. So it's a typical process. Lead list, one sender, one campaign, you send it out. Or what you can also do is select multiple accounts here. What will happen is that list of leads, let's say it's 10,000 leads, will be automatically splitted, and each person will get 3,333 something leads to reach out to. You can actually spend shorter period of time, use 3 accounts to reach out to that lead list. HeyReach will automatically rotate these accounts. All we get the batch of leads, all we will reach out faster. Now, if you're a sales team, this probably will not apply to you, simply because typically one SDR, one account executive owns their own lead lists, they're owning their targets as well. So maybe you will just, in that case, select, one account to do the outreach on that one lead list, or you have, a specific person that really needs to reach out to those specific people. So there's multiple ways on how you can do campaign on HeyReach. You might want to decide, I just want to reach out to my first degree network. I want to reach out to people that I've already communicated with, that I'm already connected with. Or you might decide, I just want to reach out to people that I'm not connected with. So for that reason, what we can actually do here is we can start with this function first, which is if connection. If connection basically means that HeyReach will automatically detect if you're connected with a lead on LinkedIn or not. If you're connected when I say you, I mean the LinkedIn sender that is here used for outreach. So is connected to the lead on LinkedIn already, so it's a first degree connection, I'm just gonna go ahead and send them a message. And the reason for that obviously is you will not be sending connection requests to people that you're already connected with. Second thing is you might want to decide to reach out to those leads a bit differently, saying, hey, we've been connected for a while, etc. And then if not connected, you might want to decide, I don't want to reach out to my second degree network, or you might want to say, I actually want to right now send them a connection request that can be with or without connection request note. If you put a note here, so hey, first name, etc. What will happen is that those connection requests will be sent with those little note attached to them. But keep in mind that these are only possible with Sales Navigator account at a larger scale versus with a normal regular LinkedIn account. You can just send a few of these ones a day. So once we send like 5 to 10 LinkedIn connection requests with a note, the connection requests are going to be sent as empty. So what we're going to do here is, if connected, with no delay, we send them a message. And you will see here that we have these preset custom variables that say, hey, first name, last name, position, company, location, etc. These are super useful for you if you want to just set up, basic template that you're using for your outreach regardless. Now, if you're actually doing a bit of a custom personalized outreach, or maybe you have a CSV file with a bit more data that you really want to leverage that you previously uploaded to HeyReach, will actually become a new custom variable that you can leverage for outreach to additionally personalize. So you can write a message here saying, hey, first name, and simple as this, custom message. What will happen is that we will pull for every single lead the custom messages you have created in that CSV file. You might worry what happens if I don't have a custom variable for one of the leads on that list. For that reason, we have a fallback message. So what will happen is that you will say, hey there, would love to connect, as an example. So you will write the message without custom variables, simply so that HeyReach will send that message in case, for whatever reason, it cannot find the custom variable that for that specific lead. And what we're going to do is we're simply going to go and add more follow-ups. As you can see, you can easily create delays between the days. For example, 2 days afterwards, if no reply, we go with the second follow-up, we create our copy, and if at any point we get a reply, the cadence or the campaign is going to get paused. Add as many follow-ups as you want. As you can see here, some of the very nice features to gently nudge your prospects, show them that you're actually showing interest in their profile, is to automatically like somebody's post. So it can be, let's say, posts newer than 3 weeks, like the post, and if there is no post available, simply skip it. In the case that we're focusing on the ones that we are not connected with, we will send a connection request, and then once accepted, we can say maybe even 1 day afterwards, or even go with hours, where we go with 3 minimum hours. Once they accept the connection request, 3 hours afterwards, send them a message. Thanks for connecting. Now, this flow is going to just continue on and on. You will see that you can also view somebody's profile. So in reality, how it can start is you first viewing the profile, liking somebody's post, maybe following somebody on LinkedIn, then sending them a connection request, then sending them a message, etc. Now, in the case that you have not been connected with a lead, you have sent a connection request, but they have not accepted you yet, the last resort realistically on LinkedIn that we have is the email. So you can actually start by sending an email here, subject line, copy, same format that you would have, very much so similar to email. And the only restriction here is obviously it will depend if you have a Sales Navigator account or not, because regular LinkedIn accounts don't have those in-mail credits. If we're talking about email here, you might be running email outreach via Smart Lead, Instantly, any other platform for email automation. And you might be thinking how it can actually combine these two into one multi-channel campaign. And the way that it would work is it will be through our integrations. Let's say a lead comes to this specific point where we have sent the message, but we didn't get a reply. And in that case, maybe we want to switch to the email channel. This specific action here, once the lead enters this stage, can trigger a webhook to then launch a email campaign in Smartly, Instantly, whatever you're using. All of this information about our webhooks, information about the API can be found right here. So even if you go into the integrations and you find the HeyReach API, easily you will see the API documentations here, and you will be able to easily get the details. What we will do here is we will simply go to the integrations, we will find the HeyReach API, and once you click on Get the API Key, you will also get all the API documentation that you can explore to actually connect with your tech stack. While we're here, you can also see some of the integrations that HeyReach offers. Clay integration, RB2B, Zapier, Make, different tools that most of us are actually using, including integrations with Slack, HubSpot, Go High Level, etc. You will be able to explore all of them quite in depth using the platform as well. Okay, so let's see how we're going to be managing replies within HeyReach. You will see that here we have the unified inbox, meaning that you will see in one space all the conversations happening across all of your LinkedIn accounts that you have connected to HeyReach. So I can see that Nicola is talking to Hannah Maria, Bogdan is talking to Aaron, and I have visibility into everything that is going on. For me as a sales leader, that's one of the most important things, because this actually gives me ability to see how my reps are communicating with clients. If there are any opportunity for coaching, I can additionally add tags to make sure that I, for example, create a tag called coaching, so that for the next one-on-one that I'm having with them, I can actually go ahead, create a tag, filter out the leads, select my specific rep. So for example, Boyan, I find all the conversations where I have created the tag to be coaching, and I will get a list of all of those conversations that now I want to focus on during the one-on-one. If you're an agency, you will be running probably this much differently. As these tags are custom, you can create anything that you want. So as an example here, so these are the warm leads. What I can now do is create either a CSV file of all of those leads, simply add them to a list and export, or I can add them to a campaign that I have previously created. So let's imagine you have a retargeting tag saying nurture for 30 days. You can simply then go ahead and add them to a different campaign. You also will have an option to mark some leads as favorites. That's way you can also focus on conversations that you really want to make sure are being tracked, and always keep them separated in the favorites folder. Now there is a bunch of things that you can do within Unibox, especially if you're running any sorts of automation. You will see here that you can also have a canned messages, meaning templates that you can always rely on if you want to go back and just keep on repeating the same message when you're replying to leads. And you will see here that you can actually see the activity, when the message was sent, when they accepted. So you will have a full visibility into everything that is going on with those leads. If you're an agency and you have specific people managing specific accounts, how you will manage this is we're going to go into the members here. So members segment basically allow you to add different roles and permissions to people that are joining your workspace on HeyReach. As an admin, you can decide which role you want to give to the person joining your team. So whether it's an admin or a member, I can select a member and I will be able to give them specific permissions. And if it's an admin, I'm going to give them all the rights to the platform, including billing. Now, as a member, first you will put the email address, choose the workspaces. So I want maybe this person to be a part of this specific workspace, or maybe multiple ones. I will allow them to have visibility into the LinkedIn senders, whether they can view the LinkedIn accounts or settings, lead lists, campaigns, Unibox, integrations. So basically you're deciding what access you want to give them to the platform. If you're giving access to your VA, maybe that is only responding to the messages, you might just want to give them access to the unified inbox, and that's it. Now, the good thing about HeyReach is that HeyReach actually charges you only for the LinkedIn accounts that are actively sending outreach. So you will see here we have 3 LinkedIn accounts connected. Those are the 3 seats that are being paid for. Everybody else that is a part of the platform as an admin member, but is not connecting their LinkedIn account and is there only to manage maybe replies, set up campaigns, get the reporting. Those are the seats that you're not actively paying on HeyReach. Now, when all this is said and done, the last thing is obviously going to be our reporting and visibility into the success that we're having with LinkedIn outreach. This main dashboard will actually pull out stats for all of the actions that you've been taking across every single account within that workspace. So this dashboard right here is showing stats for these 3 accounts that we have connected. If I want to, and across all of the campaigns. If I want to select a specific person here, I'm going to see only their performance. And it's obviously per this date range that we have selected. Now we can always filter this out per campaign, per sender, and per date range. But if we want to go a bit more in depth, we're going to go into the campaigns and we're going to find that campaign that we want to get reporting on. You will see here performance. Obviously, you can also filter the campaigns based on started, ongoing, paused, finished, etc. In the performance part, you will see what is the connection acceptance rate, reply rate, and what's the progress of the campaign. So all of the leads that we have added into this lead list have already been going through the flow. None of them are pending. 121 are currently in progress in the campaign, and 545 have already been reached out. And for some reason, 36 of them have failed. So we want to see what's been going on. I can actually go here and click into the campaign, go to the leads analytics and see which leads have failed to be reached out, 36 of them, and see what is the reason for that. So for this lead error, this lead doesn't have an active LinkedIn profile as an example. And you can actually see which leads are where within the campaign, as well actually explore a bit more the campaign progress of the campaign, sequence performance, so where are we when it comes to the number of actions taken per step, and then if you have multiple LinkedIn accounts doing outreach within one campaign, which one is actually performing the best. Now, there's obviously a bunch of things that might pop up as you're testing out HeyReach. However, good thing, and for me, one of the most important reasons that I've been using HeyReach before joining HeyReach as a full-time employee is their amazing customer support and success team. If you're an agency in need of integrations help, any help with setting up your workflows, maybe migration from your existing tool to HeyReach, in most cases, HeyReach actually assigns a GTM engineer to you to connect your clay table with HeyReach, to advise a bit on the workflows, maybe create smart lead HeyReach, instantly HeyReach connections. And the same thing goes for big sales teams that need HubSpot integration as an example. If you do have requests or any questions with HeyReach whatsoever, you run into any problems, this is going to be your best friend here. Go ahead, reach out to the HeyReach team. They're going to be able to help you out. Now, I'm not going to lie. HeyReach is just one piece of the puzzle that you need to have within your entire LinkedIn strategy to make sure that you're getting consistent lead lists. There is a bunch of tools that you will need to use for lead generation, for outreach, and there's a lot of hacks when it comes to LinkedIn optimization, messaging that you need to use, campaign structure that you need to build out. So click on this video to actually see a bit more what are the all LinkedIn strategies that you will need to implement to actually make sure that leads are consistently flowing into your inbox. Until next time.